Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your fave, your one and only, your baby girl, Malaika. So, Likers, today we are doing the critical review of Mr. Aloy's series, When Marriage Becomes a Nightmare, episode 4. It starts with Clara and her daughter, eating. So she made some references that were very disrespectful, towards her dad. For her to Benny to be like, she hoped, like, to her it was more like, has can they eat this food without being troubled, based on the fact that her dad has been, very handy, with things around, by saying that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. So she was just wondering if it's okay for them to eat the food without having any issues, because to her it was more like, I don't want us to have issues, or because if we eat this food now, maybe he will come back, and start talking anyhow. And that got Clara very angry, because to Clara it was more like, girl, you're being disrespectful. Okay, you're disrespecting your dad. You have no right to speak like that about your father. Irrespective of whatever it is that is happening, that is my husband. And she was right. I've been wondering when she was going to take such decision, or when she was going to say such words. To her it was more like, that's my husband. You have no right, no authorization to speak like that, to speak in that manner. Because the fact that he is, to her it was more like, somebody can be angry, like they could be going through stress and they transfer aggression onto something else. And that's true. Because to her it was more like, the fact that he was speaking about bread the other day doesn't mean it was the bread that was irritating him. He's certainly going through something, through stress. Sorry, like, as I know it's so hot, no electricity, we no NEPA, and this our side Kubwa. No electricity. So, like, to her it was more like, you should understand that your father was not even angry because of the bread. It was something else. The economy now is not easy on people. People are stressed out. And it's not easy to be a man, to take care of your family. You have to cut your father some slack. Yes. At least she said something that I've been thinking. Then her daughter wanted to play it like, in that case, why is her mom always angry with her dad? And she was like, Omo, mind your business. This is my husband. Yes, because that is her husband. She has the right to pick a fight from time to time with her husband, without being judged. That is her problem. Yes, she can sort that issue out with her husband without any issue. You understand? Not that you get involved in things that does not even concern you. So she was very angry. She told her, no, 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 please don't do that. Don't you ever. Besides, you're still a little girl. Tomorrow you will grow up, and you don't know how life is going to be. You think it's easy. And she did well, because honestly speaking, like, as the economy is tough on everyone. Even the rich are crying, even though they have the money, they are crying. So how much people that are struggling, you know, how much people that are struggling, and you have no right to talk smart about your father. He's not your husband. That is your mother's husband. So her mother gave her a very stern warning to stay out of their trouble, which is good. Yes, which was very good. Stay out my trouble with my husband. That is your father, and that is my husband. You have no business to talk. So the next thing shows Joe is sleeping inside his car. He's very tired. He's out of fuel. And then you see the next thing shows a car, a Lexus car that's approaching, and he parks behind Joe's car. It's Joe's friend. Have not heard his name yet. So he woke Joe up, and Joe, when he woke up, it was him. It means Joe was waiting for him, because the previous episode, Joe's fuel was finished, and he was okay to help. So Joe was very pleased to see him. Joe was very pleased to see that help came. Joe was very happy, thanked him and everything. But now here's the problem, that he wants to understand, is that why would Joe be going through all of this? Because it doesn't make sense. To him, it doesn't make sense to see Joe take a Lexus, and Joe is driving a Lexus. How much are they paying you to work on that side that you're working? You understand? So why are you driving a car to work? Why can't you just come clean, tell your wife that the work that you're going to is not the work that she thinks, You're going to a site, a construction site, that's where you work. You understand? Open up, tell your wife so that she will know. And from there, maybe things will be a bit better. But Joe doesn't feel the need to tell because he's too proud. To him, he's a man. As a man, an African man at that, you cannot just open up to a woman and say the woman will ridicule you. But now he has a problem. Where is that friend, that other friend who is advising him that no, don't do that? And why would you tell your wife? Don't. She will do this. So his friend is trying to make him understand that you not telling your wife, it is you living a fake life. You're sinking yourself deeper and deeper. Because at some point you will not be able to keep up. You understand? You will not be able to keep up with this life. And what are you going to do about it? Yes. You not being able to keep up, what are you going to do? Because at some point you have to tell her the truth. You have to come clean. Because he told Joe, this is the last time I'm buying fuel for you. All right. If you cannot come clean to your family, I'm sorry, I cannot. Because imagine that I bought you fuel for I don't know how much now. Maybe like 20K. How much do they pay you at the site per day? So you see that the money for fuel, there's money for the site money cannot even cover the money for fuel because you spend more on fuel. You understand? That was what his friend was trying to say. But Joe saw it as him being disrespectful. He was being honest. There's no need for you to do this. And it was like, if you cannot take this, if you cannot take what I'm telling you, I can't help you no more because I cannot be here having to buy fuel for you. You have to come clean, tell your wife, tell your family because, and his friend was right, you don't need a car to go. Who needs a car to go to the site? How much are they paying you? With the way fuel is hiking in prices these days, how much are they paying you? This thing is very simple. It's as simple as ABC. Say the truth. Tell your wife what is going on. So you see, she will understand. And you guys can work hand in hand because marriage is for two people. But Joe wants to make it look like marriage. He has to carry it on his head. You cannot. One person cannot carry marriage on their head. It's not possible. It is not. So the next thing shows Clara who is cleaning the house, She's cleaning the walkway, like the side, the glasses by the side of the staircase. And her phone rings, she goes to find out who was calling. But she realized that it was a masked number, an unknown number that was calling, So immediately she picked the call, she heard a voice, but the voice was kind of calling her babe and stuff like that. So she realized that, that was her ex-boyfriend, that they separated about 20 years ago and they've not seen each other. And she was wondering, like, where are you coming from? Imagine you've not seen someone for 20 years. That's too much, and the person just calls you out of the blue. She was surprised, like, who are you? Like, where are you calling from? Where were you? And stuff like that. So the person invited her. He wanted to see her, and he told her he was going to send an address. He sent the address and he hung up, So she was like, what is happening? So the next thing shows Debbie. Debbie is her friend, the one putting on orange. Debbie she called because this is her confidant, to her closest friend. So she called her to like tell her about what happened, who called her ex. And Debbie knows this guy, so she's worried, like, why will he call? I don't want him because we didn't separate like break up. No, it was more like he disappeared into thin air. He vanished into thin air. And after she waited for long and she didn't hear anything. She didn't get wind of him, and she decided to move on. And she moved on with Joe, and they are married and they have a daughter. So where is this guy coming? It's as if he crawled out from the pits of hell or something, But Debbie is encouraging Clara to go and meet up. That is just maybe just linking up, just maybe hanging out for just for old time's sake, nothing besides she's married and stuff. So for Clara, she's not interested because her husband, she wouldn't want to have issues with her husband. Her husband would not be happy hearing that she hung out with her ex-boyfriend and stuff like that, even though they have nothing. Her husband might take it somehow, be due to insecurities and all the rest. So Debbie is trying to make her understand that, what are you talking about? Why would your husband take it somehow? You don't have anything to do with this guy. You're just going to see him, so that you people could hang out, talk, stuff like that. So I don't see any reason why you think that it will cause a problem. So Debbie practically pushed her into that guy's arm. No, you should go, blah blah blah, all the rest. Like, why are you worried? Nothing will happen. Yeah, stuff like that. You don't have to be worried. Your husband will definitely understand. Besides, who would tell him? Why would you tell him? Blah blah blah. And, like, boosted her ego. No, boosted her, no, sorry, her low self-esteem and all the rest. Beside, the address is a garden, like, go out, have fun. That she tried to make her see it as though she has been locking herself up for a very long time in the house. So let her just go on, have some fun. She's not asking her to go and knock with the guy. She's just asking her to just go on, go out, hang out, chillax. Because, like, there's a lot of tension around her with her husband. It will ease the tension. It will make her feel better. Let her just try, like, get out of the house. So she got convinced, like, Debbie sold it. Debbie made her, just go. Your husband is at work. By the time you return, you'll be done. So the next scene shows Joe at work working, and his phone started ringing. So he dropped what he was carrying, a pipe. So it was Debbie that was calling. He said, why would Debbie be calling me? So he picks up the phone, and Debbie is asking him, how are you? She is also, so what's happening? What's up, Debbie? I hope you're okay. So Debbie asked him, like, so to her it was more like, did your wife call you? God, like us. Like, did your wife call you? I asked her to call you because her ex-boyfriend called her. He wanted to see her. I asked her. So Debbie was playing a good friend that doesn't like rubbish. She told her friend to call her husband to tell him. She promised to call, but apparently she left without telling the husband. So in that case, if that was the thing, if you are not looking to set up people, why didn't you call the wife to ask, did you tell your husband? But now nobody called you. You are the one calling. See, may God not send us evil, like, enemies in guise of friends. Yes. So Joe was broken. Joe was like, I haven't heard from Debbie. She didn't tell me anything. She didn't call me. Talk less of talking about ex-boyfriend. Debbie was like, yeah, they are no longer together, or they separated more than 20 years ago. Just that for old time's sake, they call. So the call finally dropped. Like, I should be careful. So the next thing shows Debbie that walked into this beautiful garden. She was looking stunning. She was walking like she owned everywhere, like her husband was the Aliko Dangote. She walked in to meet up with this gentleman. His name is Hanks. They hugged. Like, they are not enemies now. They just hugged and everything. So Hanks, being the gentleman that he is, pull out the chair for her to sit and all the rest, blah blah blah. And Hanks was asking her, like, what's up, how she's faring, that she looked good, in as much as she looks broke. Like, she looks like she has been through a lot. Like, when you buy an accident car, you see that car has been through a lot, but you have to fix it, stuff like that. So she was flattered, and stuff. So Hanks was just bombarding her with questions. First he poured her wine to drink. Then he started asking about her husband, her child, and she was shocked to be like, come on, how did you know that? Hans was like, I've been keeping tabs on you. But now here's the catch. How can you be keeping tabs on somebody that you abandoned 20 years ago? Then you come back, then you've been keeping tabs on her. You never called, nothing. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, you called. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. So Hans tried to play it like, I'll be giving taps on you. The fact that I haven't been calling doesn't mean I couldn't call or anything. It's just that you have to understand that a lot of things went down, stuff like that, blah blah blah. That you know that things were a bit somehow. So I just had to just chillax, and all the rest. My people, they said, like, it was more like, who are you again? I don't understand. Then she started asking about her husband, like how why she's looking like that, why is she not working, why is she here. So she's trying to boost her husband, by saying that because her husband takes very good care of her. But it's true that what Hank said was something. He was right. He was brutal, but it was the honest truth. A woman, it doesn't matter how much your husband gives you, it doesn't matter how much care your husband take care of you, but the truth is you need to have your own money. You need to work. You really need to work. It's very important. If you cannot work, you really need to work. So the man told her, you were supposed to be working, stuff like that and all the rest. So for you to be home and everything, um it's just too much. So I don't understand, why is it that you're not working. So she made excuse. The man said there's no excuse. Even if your husband pays you salary every month, for your own sanity, and like as that's true, for your own sanity, you need to work, because you need to keep yourself busy. An idle person an idle man is a devil's workshop. You sitting there not working, lazing around, will make you to start having thoughts. I will make you to be focused on what people are doing. Focus on paying attention on everything your husband does. Whereas if you wake up in the morning, you prepare yourself, you go to work, you return home, you don't even have time because you are exhausted. All you want to do is to have a bath, maybe eat something and sleep. You don't have time for bull crap. Whereas if you're not working, you have the whole time to pay attention to everything. you know so at least Hanks was right, telling her that no, you need to work, you need to insist. You working is, it's somehow, it's financial freedom. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow anything could happen to your husband. What are you going to do? He was right. He was right. Even though she would not say that he was right, but he was right. So, like, as we are going to end this video, so, like, my problem that I have is that Debbie, which corner from hell? Because hell has many corners. Like, which corner from that hell is she from? For you to wake up, like, as honestly speaking, for you to wake up, and just, like, you just you'll be telling your, like, telling advising your friend, to go and meet with her ex, despite her telling you that she's not interested. You advise her that no, after, there's nothing wrong with it. You guys are just hanging out for old time's sake, to talk. Maybe he has something very important to tell you, and you go there, but the same friend is the one that is telling your husband about it. Like, I need to know the corner of hell where she's from, because it's obvious that she's from a serious part of hell. This is crazy, like us. This is really, really crazy. I can't lie to you. And I'm glad because of the way Clara handled Benny, her daughter. You need to put, sometimes kids that are too pompous like Benny, you need to put them in their place. Let them sit. Let them have multiple seats, because you cannot talk about your dad like that. No, 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 no. It's a no. You cannot talk about him like that. That is your mother's husband. That is your father. Even if they have their differences, it's up to them, to make that decision, talk about it. It has nothing to do with you. You are a child. You're not supposed to get involved, So I like the fact that Benny just shut her up. So, like I always say, marriage is a beautiful thing, but it's not the end of the world. Protect your mental health. Protect it at all costs. Your mental health is supposed to be protected. All right. Don't let anybody tell you something else. So, take care of yourself, all right? Protect your mental health. And on this note, I will have to say bye, guys.